Now, if you will ask what is the elements of dolo or criminal intent, or the elements of dolo by the crime by means of dolo. What are the elements of crime by means of dolo or criminal intent? The uh, the elements of the crime or criminal, the intentional crime. The intentional crime is criminal intent, freedom, and intelligence. So the basic elements of felonies by means of dolo or criminal intent is, well, criminal intent, freedom, and intelligence. How about culpa or fault? Now, in culpa, in felony committed by way of culpa, by means of culpa, the elements of the felony is, this is general element of the crime, is criminal intent is replaced by fault or negligence or imprudence or lack of foresight, lack of skill, and freedom and intelligence. There are three major elements in a crime committed by means of dolo, and that is criminal intent, freedom, intelligence, and felony committed by means of culpa. That is, you replace criminal intent by imprudence. There was no criminal intent in felony committed by culpa. So you replace it by imprudence or negligence, and then they'll still have freedom and intelligence of the perpetrator. Now, we already discussed mala inse, crime mala inse, and crime mala prohibita. We're going back there again shortly. Crimes committed mala inse are the crimes that is inherently wrong in itself. There's no need for reason for it to be labeled as crime. It is a crime in itself, and mala prohibita is the act is penalized because of the, oh, by the way, mala prohibita is wrong only because it is prohibited by law. That's the basic distinction between crimes mala inse and crimes mala prohibita. Again, crimes mala inse, the crime in itself is evil in its nature, and mala prohibita is wrong only because it is prohibited by law. What are the crimes mala inse? The intentional crimes are mala inse. Most of the intentional crimes are mala inse, and what may be the an example of mala prohibita or crimes or wrong only because it is prohibited by law. Now, one of the basic example of mala prohibita crimes is possession of picklax. Picklax, by mere possession of it without, regardless of your intent, you will be liable for possession of picklax. That is mala prohibita. Now, most of the special penal laws, as I mentioned a while ago, is crimes mala prohibita. They are wrong because they are prohibited. Possession of illegal drugs is a crime mala prohibita. It doesn't matter if you will use the drugs, if you sell it, if you are not doing anything of it. The mere possession of prohibited drugs is unlawful and penalized by law. So that most of the crimes under special penal laws are mala prohibita. Another example is possession of carnap vehicle. The person liable is by mere possession of a carnap vehicle, he may be liable for carnapping. Now, you might not be the one who committed the act of carnapping itself, but by mere possession of the carnap vehicle, you may be liable under the law, and that's example of mala prohibita. Now we go on criminal liability under Article 4 of the Revised Penal Code. Criminal liability is incurred by person who committing a crime, although wrongful act be done different from that which he intended. That's the first paragraph. So, kung nag-commit siya og crime, niya lain ang result but not intended, he is still liable. Now, in relation to that, we have principles in as falling under Article 4, paragraph 1 of the Revised Penal Code. And paragraph 1 includes and applies to first, error in personae, the mistake of identity of the victim. That is punishable under Article 49 of the Revised Penal Code. Second principle is appelatio ictus. Appelatio ictus, I will just comment the terms and their application or definitions. And miscarriage of law, thereby hitting different or another victim. That is also punishable by law, although different consequences were results from the criminal act of the actor. And lastly, praeter intentionem. Then there is more serious consequence or result from his criminal action. Say for example, he just box, or the perpetrator or the accused just box another person and the person fell from the ground and died. That's the intention is slight, only to commit slight physical injury, but the resulting consequences or consequence of his action results to say death of the victim. That would fall under Article 4. But the accused in that case may offer mitigating circumstance of not intending so grave a wrong of the offense. And as usual, I will have to cut this, and you will have to comment your name and section for your attendance. We will proceed later on with Article 8, conspiracy and proposal to commit felony. Thank you.